Welcome back to the eSIMstudios YouTube channel. I have with me right now what might be the phone of the year for 2026. A very anticipated device. I could not wait to get my hands on this. This is the Motorola Signature. This will be the unboxing. At the end, I'm going to show you where you can purchase this. If you're in the United States, if you're outside the country, you have access to this straight from Motorola. If you're in the US, I'll show you how you can get your hands on one of these. Not that expensive. That's why it could be the phone of the year. I believe they go for about $650 for the base model. You're not going to believe some of these specs. So they've spec'd this thing out. It has a 6.8 inch resolution, 1264 by 2780 Super AMOLED display, LTPO AMOLED display. Now, it has Dolby Vision, has 165 hertz refresh rate. The brightness, get this, goes up to 6,200 nits, 6,200 peak nits. When's the last time you've heard that? I don't think ever. Got Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, 446 ppi density. It's got Android 16. Most impressive part is that Motorola promises 7 years of updates and 7 years of security patches. Now, we're going to roll through some of the rest of the specs once I get this open. Let's go through the memory, though. You can get this in base 256 gigs. You can get it in 512. You can get it in 1 terabyte. Now, the base 256 gig comes with 12 gigs of RAM. And the 512 and 1 terabyte comes with 16 gigs of RAM. This is the 16 gig, 512 gigs of storage. So inside here you get, what do you know? A README packet that nobody reads. You get a SIM tray ejector tool. Now, what the hell is this? I have no clue. Legal and safety information nobody reads. Little thank you card here from Motorola. What is this? Here's the 90-watt charger. I do have an adapter for that. Have no fear. If you need an adapter, you can get one for like $2 on Amazon. So 90-watt charger there. And get your Type-C to Type-C cable here. No case in this box. At least I don't think so. I've seen some on YouTube that do come with cases. This one does not. So you will have to provide your own case, but not a big deal. Now, let's take this off and see what we got here. I think I can just slide it through, no? Wow. Very light. Only 100 oh my goodness. Only 180 grams. Just for comparison, I believe the S23 Ultra is a very heavy phone. I believe that weighs 229 grams, somewhere right around there. This is like, what, 20 to 30% lighter. And it's only 6.9 millimeters thin. So if you like thin phones, if you like phones that are not clunky, not heavy, that have zero weight at all, you're going to love this. And oh my gosh, this has a felt. It's almost feels fabric. Absolutely insane how light this is. Fits in your hand perfectly. I mean, just an absolute stunning device. I mean, look at this thing. Beautiful device. You have a bunch of 50 megapixel sensors. These have some of the best sensors you can find on any smartphone. In fact, these are the same sensors that the Oppo Find X9 have, and I believe that sits atop the DxOMO mark for the very best camera phone. I believe this came in number 5 and or possibly number 6 on the list of top camera phones. So let me go through these sensors on the back. They're all Sony Leica sensors. 50 megapixel wide angle sensor with OIS. You have a 50 megapixel ultra wide. You have a 50 megapixel periscope telephoto with OIS, 3x optical zoom. You got laser autofocus, you got dual LED flash, you got HDR. This does shoot up to 8K 30 frames per second in Dolby Vision. You can also shoot 4K 30 frames per second, 4K 60 frames per second in Dolby Vision. You can also do 4K 120 frames per second. You can do 1080p, 30, 60, 120, 240 frames per second, 10-bit HDR plus, and I cannot wait to start shooting on here. You got loudspeakers, right? You got Wi-Fi 7, you got Bluetooth 6. You have a USB Type-C 3.1 Gen 2. It also doubles as a display port down here. You have an under-the-display ultrasonic fingerprint sensor. And my favorite thing about this phone is a silicon carbon 5200 milliamp per hour battery. Again, charges at 90 watts wired, 50 watts wireless, 10 watt reverse wireless charging, 5 watt reverse wired charging. Now you can get this in two colors. This is the carbon color. You can also get it in the martini olive color, which looks exactly just like an olive you would dip in a martini. And this does have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 with the Adreno 829 GPU. Let's get into the operating system and get this rolling. Oh man, this dark mode looks freaking awesome. So I blew through the setup process. I did not put my SIM in there. I did not elect to download some additional applications on the side. What I'm going to do is roll through the operating system real quick, and before I put my information in there, my email, transfer data, I'm going to probably check for updates, then factory reset it, and then go through this process again on my own time. But for everybody watching, this is what it looks like when you first, after you sign in, right before you go to your home screen, you're going to see all this. So you'll get your Moto tips, learn how to use your device. You can do more with Moto. It's got the gestures, it's got the personalization, play tips, Moto secure, it's got display tips, all that good stuff. You can personalize it, wallpapers, colors, icon shapes, themes, fonts, lock screen, display size, fingerprint animations, sounds, and we are in the dark mode. Moto app, unique gestures and tools. Welcome to Moto. Okay, what is this? Make it yours. The Moto app, okay. Customize your phone. So you can personalize it. I guess I kind of just went through that. And then if you want to sign into your Motorola account, you can do that. Let's go to the home screen. Absolute beautiful display. Just absolute gorgeous. I mean, the wallpaper on here, it looks freaking real. It looks like I'm looking through a window. Now, real quick, right out of the box, number one question is updates, right? With Motorola, updates. I was not going to get this phone unless they promised updates. And not saying there's one out the box. Sometimes there are day one updates, like with the OnePlus 15. I think even the S23 Ultra, I believe, had a day one update. Let's go check here real quick. So let's go to settings. Let's go to system updates and just see. There might not be, but let's go ahead and check. What do you know? Day one update. 1.12 gigabytes. So that's good. And check this out. It's on the January security patch. So far, so good. Loving this, Motorola. Thank you so much for updating. I've been wanting to come back to Motorola. I just never really took them serious after they really didn't take updates serious. But if they're all in on updates, I'm going to be all in on Motorola. This does have a Samsung DeX-like experience for desktop users. If you have a PC and or a smart monitor, you can certainly connect this to that. And I'm going to do a full review of that. But while it's updating in the background, I am going to go back here and just go through some of the settings, right? So here's what it looks like on your home screen. Pull down menu. almost pixel-like. And I think that Smart Connect is what they use for their DeX-like experience. Let's see here. So you can pull left, you go to your Google screen, you can swipe right, got your home screens. Let's long press and see what this looks like. So a number, a variety of different themes, wallpapers, widgets. You can personalize it. I guess it takes us back to some of that stuff I showed in the first part. But here's some of the widgets they have. Love the old school Motorola widgets, especially the weather. Nothing better than good old Motorola widgets. Man, do I love this. This is like somebody seeing an old friend they haven't seen in years. That's what it's like right now with me. It's like catching up with an old friend. This is absolutely fantastic. So very nice, very smooth. So you have your Google services and preferences. Moto AI. So it actually has a button here on the side for their AI. You can program it to launch specific AI actions. I believe it comes with Perplexity, I think, for free for about 6 months, I believe. Let me restart this real quick, and I'm going to pause the video, restart it, and I'll be back in just a second with the new operating system. Alright, so I restarted it and it is finishing the update. I went back to go check and see if there are any more updates. Update history should just have, okay. Now let me check if there's a Google Play system update. Google Play system update, and let's check for that. Course it wants me to sign in. I'll do that later, but let's get back to the settings real quick, right? So as I mentioned, you have Moto AI here. You can launch certain gestures. Here's the AI key right there on the left side. On the right side, you have power, volume down, volume up. At the bottom, you have SIM tray, you have Type-C, you have speakers, you have microphone right there. And then up top, you have another microphone. You got more speakers and another microphone. So this should be an absolute game changer when it comes to audio. Should be. Not just for playing audio, but also picking up audio as well. I see 4 microphones. There's one at the bottom here. There's one here in between the cameras. You can see that right there. And then you have one up top on the right, one up top on the left. So this should do fantastic with recording audio, vlogs, videos. You can set that key for AI. You can press and hold. Power key, you can have a quick launch, or you can have a floating bubble, which I'm not that big into, but it is what it is. You have certain actions, playlist studio, image studio. So you have a bunch of different, it just takes you into the AI suite, essentially. And you can also run local models, I'm assuming, on here. Manage models. Download models. So you can run it all on device. It has a very powerful processor, so you should not have any issues with that. I'm not a huge fan of AI, quite honestly, but it has that if you like it, so that's good to know. Now, network and internet, we all know what that's about. Connected devices, pretty self-explanatory. Applications, they got them all right here. Notifications, got bubbles, got flash notifications, notification cooldown, notification snoozing, app icon badges, all that good stuff. Let's see here. Sound and vibration, flip for do not disturb, pick up to silence. Absolutely love all those. You can set different ringtones for if you have 2 SIMs in here activated at once, you can have different ringtones for each SIM card you have in there. Tap and click sounds, vibration and haptics. So let me try the haptics. Oh, those are very, very snappy and crisp. Very subtle too once you get down here. Wow, this is absolutely fantastic. Let's see here. Dolby Atmos Smart Audio. So it does have Dolby Atmos. It does have Dolby Vision. Again, this thing is decked out when it comes to all sorts of customization and power and features. It's got everything you could imagine on here. Very, very excited to start using this. Cool. What else we got? Crystal Talk AI, reduced background noise for VoIP calls. Media controls, live caption. I use that as well. Let's see here, your different modes. Obviously, that's self-explanatory. Personalized. So this is where I'm going to jump back right into this in just a second. But let's go down to the display. Adaptive brightness. I have the dark theme on. You can go to colors. You can hit radiant. You can hit neutral, radiant, vibrant. I'm going to go with radiant. I know most people might not like that, but I'm going to try it out. Give it that real vivid color look, right? Perfect for AMOLED displays. Dynamic video enhancement. So this will enhance your video playback, and I guess make it look, gives it that extra touch, that extra Dolby Vision touch, right? Display size, self-explanatory. Display refresh rate, smart and balanced, hyper smooth, or efficiency first. So efficiency first is a reliable experience with the lowest battery consumption. This only limits the display refresh rate up to 60 Hertz. The hyper smooth is the smoothest and clearest experience with the highest battery consumption up to 120 Hertz. Smart and balanced, a seamless experience with moderate battery consumption up to 120 Hertz. Now, this one goes up to 165 for games. This does have a wider spectrum of applications where the 165 Hertz refresh rate, when it's activated, more than the OnePlus 15. I went back and did some searching, and this is basically active on all games. When an application is downloaded and it classifies it as a quote-unquote game in the system, it will jump into 165 Hertz. So I'm not a big gamer, and I think you can activate it for certain video editing as well. I think so. Don't take my word for it, but I thought I saw that. I need to get clarity on that, but that would be fantastic for editing videos. Full screen, right? You can go full widescreen on your choice of applications. And obviously, the more apps you download and install, the wider that list will get. So that's nice to know. Color contrast, yeah, okay. Night light never will turn on automatically, or you can have it turn on automatically. Flicker prevention. So those of you that get eye strain, right, with the flicker sensitivity on certain AMOLED displays, this is a fantastic option for those of you that do get eye strain. It says keep the screen from flickering in dark environments. Turning this on may cause screen noise and color distortion. So if that's one, if that is one of you that are viewing this that does get headaches and or sensitive eyes and or eye strain in low light environments, like when you got the phone in bed or at night, you might want to select that so you reduce your eye strain. And that's something you don't see in a lot of phones nowadays, and I wish more companies would implement the flicker prevention in their system settings like Motorola has done. Screen timeout, screensaver, screen record, 3-finger screenshot, swipe to split, see all apps in split screen by swiping back and forth. Smart Connect, that's the where you can connect your phone to a display. I'm going to do a separate independent review video. I'm going to put that out here probably here in the next few days. Let's see, home screen and lock screen. So you can obviously have all your settings here. You can also do it from the home screen, but this is accessible in the settings. Control center, basically classic style when you swipe down, or you can go modern style. So modern style, swipe down from the top left for notifications, swipe down from the top right for quick settings. I like to have everything in one swipe because I don't want to sit there and remember, now which side do I need to swipe from? I just want to pull it down and go from there. And then obviously you can choose lock screen settings here, right? Sleep display, media preview, add users from lock screen, show clock face, all that good stuff. So jump to lock screen right when you unlock. That's nice to go. So, gestures, Motorola gestures, system navigation, sidebar. Yeah, I think it has a sidebar. Yeah, just like Samsung. So those of y'all that are Samsung users, like myself, that do use that sidebar, well, guess what? Motorola's got one here. So you can activate it. You can swipe in from the right side, and it says drag the handle to move the sidebar to change the position. Dragging an app within the sidebar will change its position. Dragging an app outside the sidebar will open it in split screen. And then down here it says tap for more apps or customize the sidebar. And I think, let's see what different applications you can select. So it looks like, of course, these are just these stock apps on here. It looks like you have the full app suite available, which is nice because on some phones that do have that sidebar, not all apps are available. It's just a couple of apps, right? And then you can go to settings here. You can do apps, tools, contacts. What else we got? Apps, tools, contacts. I don't even have my contacts on here, but okay. And then on the tools, you can do Smart Connect, where you can link it to your PC and or monitor. Back to home, recent calls, screen record, screenshot, switch to the last app. Very cool. Choose how your apps will open. Okay. In freeform or in full screen. So when you select it, do you want to pop up in a small window or do you want it to pop up in a full screen? That's very cool. Something OnePlus did that I'm glad to see. Man, Motorola, again, it's been like 8 years since I've had a Motorola phone. It's one of the things I was kind of not, I didn't know what to expect with the operating system, right? With OnePlus, they seemingly, in Samsung now, but especially OnePlus even takes it further than Samsung. When implementing cool little ideas and thoughts, you can really tell the developers from OnePlus and Samsung think, should we add this in there? Yeah, that's cool. What if we do this? Or what if we do that? I'm very, very happy, delighted, almost relieved to see that it looks like you're not really going to be missing much, if anything at all, if you switch to this Motorola phone. This is a flagship. Just got day one update. It's updated to the latest operating system, the latest security patch. And you see little features like this that OnePlus has added, that Samsung has added. And now you're seeing Motorola add. So my point is, this is not a downgrade or, damn, I'm going to be missing the sidebar from my S25 Ultra. Or maybe you don't want to upgrade to the S26 Ultra. It's not really an upgrade. Newsflash. Maybe you thought about getting the OnePlus 15, but OnePlus is not doing too great. So maybe like, what? Let me jump on the Motorola train because they're not going anywhere. And you want to experience the latest and greatest from Motorola. Well, here it is. It looks like they've got a number of gestures, features, cool little additions to their phone that you really don't have to diminish or take away from your previous phone, right? You got one-handed mode, swipe to split, 3-finger screenshot. We've already went down there. Power key, you can set that. AI key, you could set that. Media controls, quick launch, quick capture, fast flashlight, lift to unlock, pick up to silence, flip for do not disturb. We saw that earlier. And what else we got here? Storage. I do have 512 gigs right here. I wanted to show you. Here's the battery. Let's see. Charge boost. Cool. Yeah, I definitely want to charge in my boost. Or boost in my charge, excuse me. Battery saver. You got all that good stuff. Battery usage. You can certainly tell from there. Battery protection. Not going to have the 200 charging cycle blunder that Pixel put in there. Let's see. Manage background applications. Let's see. Power sharing. You can do it all from there. Slow charging notification. Adaptive battery. That is on. Battery percentage. You can throw it up there in the notification bar. Now, I wanted to see Some people were asking Motorola, what about, is that it for the settings? System updates we did about phone, password, security, location, digital well-being. A lot of people were asking about bloatware. Well, good news, there's not really much bloatware. And I believe you can uninstall any app on here if you want to. Like, let's just say, look, that's it. That's it for the apps. It's basically Pixel's a more modifiable and more customizable Google Pixel software. So it's running on stock Android, but Motorola throws in all this cool stuff. Like Pixel doesn't have a sidebar, right? Like just little things like this. Getting back to the pre-installed applications like Facebook. If you want to get rid of them, I believe you can uninstall them. Now, if you select an application, you can install it in your secure folder, private space, whatever you want to call it. You can add it to a folder. You can pause it, or you can go to App Info. And what do you know? Right there, you can uninstall, I believe, any app. Now, I don't think you can uninstall Motorola apps, but why would you want to do that? Speaking of, you have device help. You have a Dolby Atmos application here. You have family space. So, you know, if you got kids that use your phone as well, you can just throw their apps that they use in the family space app. You can launch that when they want you to borrow your phone and hand it to them, right? What else we got? We have feedback. You have a game section. You have interactive something. Let's check out the games real quick. So, Moto partners with game providers. Okay, mini games, whatever. So this looks like tap here to discover popular trending new apps. Find your downloaded games and explore new ones. It looks like it's like a little game app hub, app store, where you can download a bunch of games, launch them from here or your app drawer. But this looks pretty cool. I'm not a gamer, as y'all know, so I'm not going to be using that. Let's go to this. What is this? Interactive wallpapers. Very, very cool. So you can download more wallpapers here. You can download ones that you can customize, or you can download just the standard ones that you can just throw up on your wallpaper. Let's see what else we got. What is this? Motorola app. Do more with Moto. We're going to get into personalization here in just a second. Moto Secure, complete security and privacy for your phone. Cool. Let's see here. Moto Unplugged. What is this? Find your balance by disconnecting from digital distractions. I guess it's like Zen Space for OnePlus, right? Who uses that? Let's see here. Motorola notifications. Very cool. Personalize your experience. Stay informed. Share your voice. Get exclusive access. Cool. Okay. What else? Notes. I love a good notes app, whether it's Samsung Notes, whether it's the OnePlus Notes app, or now the Motorola Notes. I love note apps because I take random notes all day, every day. Let's see here. Yes, English. Bring all your notes together. I'll do that in a minute. It looks like you can sync it with Google Keep, apparently, which is cool. I'm going to skip that for now, but it looks like access, checklist, and drawing notes. Okay, interesting. So you can create and collect notes, and then if you want to add a note, you can do note, audio, drawing, checklist, and or collection. And again, you can pair it with Google Notes and or Keep right in there. And then Smart Connect. And again, I'll do a separate video on that. I cannot wait to jump into that. So can Copilot be uninstalled? Let's find out. Certainly. Cool. So this is appears to be a fantastic option. I'm so excited for Pixel users, for Android users, for anybody. This phone looks to be freaking badass. If you are a OnePlus 13 user and you're not really excited about going to the OnePlus 15, because the OnePlus 15 Cameras, I've had some people say the OnePlus 13 sensors camera are better on the OnePlus 13 than the 15, and they don't want to upgrade to a phone that has worse cameras. Or maybe you don't want to upgrade to a phone with a flat display like in the OnePlus 15. Well, this has quad nano curved display. So if you can see, now I don't think it's as pronounced, meaning I don't think it's as curved as the OnePlus 13. That may have more of a curvature on the display. This has although the OnePlus 13 does have very subtle curves, this is just ever so slightly. If you can see just right here on this right side, I mean, just barely comes down. But I'm not a big, you know what? I'm not a big fan of curved displays, but honestly, I can't even tell. And it has even a smaller curvature up top and down below. So that's what I was saying. If you're a OnePlus 13 user and you like the look, you like the feel of your OnePlus 13, this is a great buy. It has a real cool, I would like to think they were inspired by the OnePlus 13 with this back. It's almost like that ocean blue OnePlus 13, right? This looks better in my opinion. It feels better in my opinion. Oh, by the way, this is IP69 rated as well as the OnePlus 15. And it has better cameras than the OnePlus 15. It's thinner, it's lighter, and it has a ton of customization. So I don't think you're going to be essentially downgrading to this Motorola phone. No, you can buy this Motorola phone for like $650. So you can sell your OnePlus 13 for about $650 and just buy this. So you're not going to be having to shell out an extra $300 to upgrade to the OnePlus 15, or an extra $600 or $700 to upgrade to the S23 Ultra. Now, I haven't used this for very long, obviously, just been out of the box for what, 15-20 minutes, but I cannot wait to stop this video, sign in, and get rolling. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to factory reset it because I want to go through the whole setup process again and input my personal information. I'm going to start testing this, testing the brightness, testing the cameras, starting tomorrow, right? I think we're supposed to have sunny day tomorrow. So I'm going to be testing this up against the S25 Ultra. When the S26 Ultra comes out, I'm getting that. We're going to compare this with the S26 Ultra. I'm going to compare it to the iPhone 17 Pro. Cannot wait. So I do appreciate the time. If you have any questions, we're going to do battery drain tests. I'm going to do everything on this. So stay tuned to the channel, eSIMstudios. And if you have any questions whatsoever in regards to this phone, please let me know. I will answer any and everything you want to know about this phone. Let me show you where you can grab one of these for, as I mentioned, the $650, okay? Let me switch my camera. Okay, back at the studio. So check this out. So I got mine off of eBay, right? So the Motorola Signature here. If you go on their website and you try and purchase this thing, you can go to the product page, you can go through the whole buying process, but when you go to checkout and you put your address, it won't let you go any farther. It won't let you go to the payment screen. So best way to get one of these if you're in the US is eBay. That's where I got this one. And as you can see here, the one right here on the top, don't buy it from there. I mean, you can if you want to. Be my guest. You can buy whatever you want, but that is overpriced, right? You can get the base model for about $650. There is a catch. Now, a lot of these are coming from India. Yes, it will work on any network. I want to show you something else, right? I want to show you the 5G bands that are in here. This has 24 5G bands. That's the most bands I've ever seen inside any cell phone. And I always check bands on any new phone that comes out. The most I've seen is probably 14 to 15 bands. This has 24. So this will definitely work. Now, I haven't put my SIM in here yet, and stay tuned to the channel. I'm going to do a network test. I'm going to do all that. But it should work with any network, right? any network here you have. Let me show you these bands before I show you a little pro tip before you purchase one on eBay if you're interested. So here is, minus this stupid ad, here is the Motorola Signature GSM Arena page, right? Now look at this. Obviously it has 2G, yes, 3G, 4G, but look down here. Here's 5G. Here's all of the 5G bands. Look at those numbers. From 1, essentially, I don't know how many bands there are in the world, but I know this will cover most of, if not all, USA 5G bands. From 1 all the way to 94. And it supports sub-6, supports a standalone 5G, so you're going to be able to get, it has that new Snapdragon 8 Gen 5 CPU in there. It's going to pick up T-Mobile. If you have T-Mobile like I do, it's going to pick up their blazing fast 5G network speeds. I'll link the product page for this phone down in the description below. And I'm going to link a couple of eBay sellers. Now, one thing you have to look out for. So let's just do this. Let me do lowest first, right? So look at this. One thing you're going to want to look out for. The cheapest one they have here is $684. That's a freaking steal for this phone. Now that's the 12256, but if you just want to get your foot in the door, that'll do. What I have is the 16512, right? But here's something you're gonna want to pay attention for. This is going to be shipped from India, and the tariffs, right? So when you purchase this, you're going to want to look for I'm going to show you where on the seller's page. Some will, in that price you see there for the 684, some will include tariffs, meaning you don't pay anything extra for tariffs. Some don't include tariffs and or duty tax, right? They will let you know when you select it, hey, this includes duty tax, and then some will say, no, they don't include duty tax. So let's see, it will show you right here under Learn More. Due to U.S. Customs policies, the buyer of this item will need to pay for import fees. So the one I got it from, I did not have to pay duty fees and or tariffs, right? So be on the lookout for that, right? So let me show you. That was from Pearl Techno. Let's see, this one will need to pay import fees. Okay, let's go back. Make sure you find one where you don't have to pay import fees, because here's what's going to happen. If you purchase one like that one that was what, 684, 689, but you still have to pay import fees, you're going to purchase this phone, they're going to ship it to you, but when FedEx gets a hold of it, they're going to email you and say, hey, there's and I don't know how much it is. I'm just going to throw out a number. It could be more, it could be less. Hey, FedEx is going to say, hey, to release, if you want this delivered, for us to release it and proceed with the delivery, there's a duty fee of $34. And you're going to have to pay FedEx $34, and then they'll proceed with the delivery. That's if you buy one that requires duty tax. Now, let's see if this one does not include. The buyer of this item will need to pay. Well, geez Louise. Let's see this one. Okay, here you go. This one says this item includes applicable import fees. You won't have to pay anything extra after checkout. That's what you want to get. That's what you want to look out for, right? You don't want to pay anything over. Now, this one you do have to pay for shipping, but that might include their fees, right? The import duty tax. So as long as it shows you this item includes the import fees, you don't have to pay anything extra. Not gonna have to pay anything extra. I don't want anybody to get tripped up and look and say, damn it, why did you recommend this when I have to even pay more? You've been warned, right? But the buying process is very easy. Like for me, you purchase it, they ship it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that hard, but just want you to be mindful of of that little extra tidbit of information there. Very easy process. Maybe took, I don't know, 5-6 days, something like that. So I don't have any, look, I don't get paid off of these links, and no affiliate links here. I don't get any kickbacks. I'm just showing y'all how I did it. So if you have any questions whatsoever, hit me up in the comments down below, and see you in the next one. I got some testing to do. Peace.